Is in the thick of trying to reopen his malls in Michigan and Florida as both states start the process of reopening their economies this weekend. For more on how he's planning to do that, I'm joined by Nate Forbes. He is president and managing partner of luxury mall owner and operator, the Forbes Company. Nate, welcome. And how's it going with this text pickup service in Michigan so far?
Well, we just started, Kelly. We got about 43 out of 170 stores participating this morning. And it's as easy as pulling into the parking lot, texting your store, and they'll bring the merchandise, whether that you ordered it online or direct with your salesperson. They'll bring it right to your door, to the front door of the shopping center, open your trunk, put it in, and away you go. So we're starting to figure out how we're going to condition the consumer to the new world of retail.
Sure. And that actually sounds like it's better than you thought in terms of the people who would sign on to it. Maybe it suggests that the stores themselves are really looking for ways to stay connected with the consumer, because obviously this is existential for them.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they've been thinking about it for several weeks. And the minute we could open, at least with curbside delivery, it's a way for them to connect to their consumer. Keep in mind, this has been going on for about a period of 2 years in the retail space. And we have to condition ourselves to become agnostic. So the developer acts as almost the conduit between the retailer and the end guest as to how we get them their goods and services. So whatever we can do to facilitate that transaction becomes very, very important to the retailer and the consumer alike.
Some other ways that the mall experience will be changing, I think people would be interested to know, is that your mall hours are cut short so that you can clean more. So we're talking 11 to 7 during the week, 12 to 6 on Sunday. Limited entrances. The tables, I thought, in the food courts, this is interesting, they're color-coded so that once somebody gets up, you won't let the next people sit down right away to make sure those can be cleaned thoroughly. And then this, I thought, was also quite telling. You're going to play the music a little louder for a positive atmosphere.
We are really trying to think about a way to create theater around retail. We want this to be a really energetic experience for the consumer. We want to think about the good that's ahead of us. We got to ramp up. There's a ramp up period that's going to happen that nobody knows how long that's going to be. So we're going to start out with social distancing guidelines. We're going to eliminate half of the seating in our food courts. We're going to color coat the tables so you know when a table's been sanitized. We're going to have all of our guest services people walking throughout the center all day long, opening doors, and bathroom attendants will help you in the restrooms to make sure you're completely comfortable that the sanitation aspect of going shopping is totally removed from your thought process.
Yeah.
So we're thinking through on how we make retail more like theater.
So let's get to the really hard part of this, which is that in either one of those cases, you have a pandemic. And how do you, I mean, at what point can you be profitable on these malls? How much foot traffic do you need? How many stores are actually reopening and how many aren't? You know, it's one thing to be encouraged by the early signs, the creativity, the innovation. And it's another thing to realize it might not be a viable way to stay in business long term.
Yeah, so we don't know how many stores are going to open the day we open the doors to the broader market. Our best guess today is in the state of Florida, we're going to open Mall and Millennia in Orlando and Waterside Shops in Naples on May 11th. So that gives us about 9 days to work with our retailers to get them prepared to bring their employees back, get their stores in a position with the proper merchandise and the proper sales floor, with all the proper social distancing and other aspects that they need to get into place, train their employees to make sure they're treating the guests properly. But it's going to be a slow climb back.
Yeah.
I don't know what the runway is going to be, but we're going to be patient. We're going to work with our retailers. We're going to work with our consumers. We're going to adapt and change each and every day to make sure that we leave an indelible impression on that guest, that they feel safe, they feel comfortable, and to make that experience in the shopping center and in the retail store the best we can possibly do.
I want to just sneak this in. We just showed on our screen, you said about 19% of your rent was collected in April. And I thought it was interesting. You said you think May will be worse. How much worse? Yeah. And then what do you think June and beyond start to look like?
So keep in mind that everybody has a little bit of an own internal process to go through. So all these retailers that are evaluating their cash flow needs and their cash flow situation within their particular companies are going through the same process we are. As shopping center owners, we have mortgage payments, we have insurance payments, we have utility payments, we have our employees. We have not laid off one person or furloughed one person since we underwent a lockdown in our respective states. So we have our analysis to go through. The retailers have their analysis to go through. In the month of April, we collected across the portfolio just under 20% of all of our rents. I think May, based on early indications, will be somewhat less than that. If we're able to open fully, all of our doors fully throughout our portfolio in the month of May, hopefully June, we begin to climb back to get to a normalized level, whatever that is.
Yeah, no, it's, as you said, it suggests, it is a big hole to climb out of. And as you said, doing everything you can to get people in. Nate, thanks so much. It's good to speak with you today, and good luck.